Watch, a great miracle is happening in front of the Kaaba right now, and the wrath of Allah has descended upon Saudi Arabia and the Holy Mosque in Mecca. Subhanallah. In this video, we will show you the miracle that occurred in front of the Kaaba just a few hours ago, which many have considered one of the signs of the approaching hour, as foretold by the Prophet 1400 years ago. But before we begin, if you are a Muslim, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends so that everyone becomes aware of this miracle that shook the Holy Mosque in Mecca. The beginning of the story: closure of the Haram and desertion of the Kaaba. The story began when strange events started appearing around the Kaaba, and Mecca became empty of visitors. Saudi Arabia recently decided to temporarily suspend Umrah and keep the Mataf area, the area for circumambulation, closed as part of measures in the Holy Mosque, while allowing prayers only inside the mosques. Due to this decision, the Kaaba became empty of visitors for the first time in a long while, which led many scholars to consider it a sign of Allah's anger over the sins and injustices occurring on earth, and a warning to Muslims that the hour is near. Especially since closing the Kaaba and preventing people from performing tawaf without a legitimate reason, such as war or plague, is something that contradicts what Allah has commanded. From here, the miracle happened that amazed everyone. This miracle is narrated to us by a cleaner in the two holy mosques. This worker appeared in a television interview on a Saudi channel and said, "Everything I will tell you is true and happened before my very eyes." The man said, "The story began when I saw an elderly man performing tawaf around the Kaaba. He showed clear signs of illness and extreme fatigue, as if he was on the verge of collapse. At first, I thought he had a serious illness because he was coughing and sneezing and looked completely exhausted. At that moment, I was very afraid to approach him, but curiosity overcame me and I bravely got closer and said to him, 'Assalamu alaikum.' He calmly replied, 'Wa alaikum assalam.' I asked him, 'Do you need help?' He replied, 'No, my son, thank you, just leave me be.' But I insisted and asked him about his condition. He said, 'My son, I am a lonely man. My son left me here and traveled away. My wife passed away 2 months ago. I came for Umrah, but I will be returning to my country in a few days, despite the ban on tawaf.' The worker then said to him, 'May Allah give you strength, uncle, but I see signs of extreme exhaustion in you. Are you suffering from something?' The man replied, 'Yes, my son, I have cancer.' The worker asked, 'Why did you come for tawaf then, in this condition?' The man replied, 'When I got sick, I felt strange pains and went to the doctor immediately. After examinations, he told me that I had late-stage lung cancer and that I may die within months. He said I had only a month or 2 left. At that point, I left the clinic broken, but I decided to spend whatever time I had left in the house of Allah. So I came to the Kaaba. And I spent 5 continuous days pleading with Allah and begging Him to heal me from this illness. I was performing tawaf around the Kaaba, hoping for a cure, fully certain that my prayer would be answered. On the 5th day, I felt a sudden improvement. I began to breathe easily and my coughing lessened. So I decided to go to a specialized hospital and requested new tests, and there, the surprise awaited me. When the results came out, I was stunned as the doctor told me, "You only have a mild cold and you'll recover within a week." I asked the doctor, "Are you sure?" Then I showed him the old reports which indicated I had cancer. But the doctor replied, "You are completely free of cancer. There are only mild inflammations, and we'll prescribe you some simple medication and you'll recover, inshallah." At that point, I left his office in tears, praising and thanking Allah. I decided to perform Umrah again as a way of showing gratitude to Allah Almighty for what had happened to me. And now I'm performing tawaf around the Kaaba. That is all that happened to me." The cleaner says, "I couldn't believe what the man told me, so I asked him to come with me to another doctor so we could be sure. And indeed, we ran the tests again, and the result confirmed that he had no serious illness at all. That's when I started repeating from the depths of my heart, 'Subhanallah, it's a miracle, it's a miracle. When Allah wills something, He only says, be, and it is. So glory be to Allah the Almighty.' But this was not the only miracle that happened in the Holy Mosque. Just a few days ago, another great miracle occurred in the Haram that shook the hearts of millions. It was narrated by the Egyptian Sheikh Mohammed Hassan himself during one of his sermons. Let us now hear the story together. Sheikh Mohammed Hassan says, "One day, an elderly man came to me and said, 'I swear by Allah, Sheikh Mohammed, listen to me before you continue your sermon.' I told him, 'Go ahead, my father, sit down, we are listening.' The man said, 'Sheikh, I was suffering from partial paralysis. I traveled to London and America for treatment and spent a lot of money, but Allah did not decree healing for me. I remained confined to this wheelchair for many long years. I couldn't move or stand." He continued, "One day, as I was sitting in front of the television, I saw people chanting takbir and preparing for Hajj to the house of Allah. I saw the image of people performing tawaf around the Kaaba. At that moment, I cried and called out to my children, saying, 'My children, I want to visit the house of Allah. I want to go and perform Umrah or Hajj and call upon Allah there and complain to Him of the pain and illness I suffer from. I am sure He will not let me down.' His children replied, 'Father, you won't be able to travel because of your condition. Your health doesn't allow it, and travel is extremely exhausting.' He said, 'Then book me a private plane. I am a wealthy man and have enough money to cover all the expenses.' And indeed, I traveled to perform the pilgrimage." The man continued, "I swear to you, Sheikh Mohammed, they took me into the Haram in my wheelchair and lowered me into the Mataf area beside the Kaaba. At that moment, I felt a strange sensation, as if I were very close to Allah. So I told them, 'Move away from me and leave me alone so I can privately call upon Allah.' And indeed, I sat right beside the Kaaba and began to cry and scream for a full hour. I only repeated 2 words, 'Ya Allah, do not let me leave your house unless I am walking on my feet or take my soul here.' I kept repeating it, crying and screaming with deep sincerity and an incredible certainty. From crying so much, I felt a severe headache and extreme exhaustion, so I rested my head on the chair and fell asleep. But during my sleep, I saw a strange vision in which I heard a voice calling me loudly, saying, 'Stand up and walk.' The voice kept repeating again and again. I woke up while still hearing the same voice, 'Stand up and walk.' Then I actually moved, and I walked until I reached the door of the Kaaba. I had completely forgotten that I was paralyzed. At that moment, I suddenly remembered that I used to be paralyzed from the waist down. So I screamed out, 'O Master of all dominion, O Allah, you have never disappointed anyone who came to you and surrendered their affairs to you.'" Sheikh Mohammed Hassan says, "This man was not a scholar or a highly educated person, but just a simple Muslim man whose heart was filled with certainty in the Sovereign King. He knew that if he sincerely called upon Allah, He would never turn him away." The Sheikh continues, "What this man narrated to us was a true miracle. By Allah, if you were to ask every person about a moment when they sincerely turned to Allah, they would say, 'Yes, Allah answered my prayer and did not abandon me.' Say this supplication with me. 'O Lord, who else answers the call but you? Support the weak who seeks refuge in your sanctuary. I am weak and seek strength from your power. I have sinned, and my sins led me astray. and none can forgive them but you. This world deceived me, and its allure drew me away, but I found no pleasure in it that pleased you. If my heart ever doubted your forgiveness for even a moment, it would not be a believing heart. O most generous, I seek nothing today but your pleasure. Dear viewers, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. This supports us to keep bringing more videos, inshallah ta'ala.